electronic communication device, if you please put it on silent or vibrate. We'd appreciate you doing that. We always begin the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we'd ask you to remain standing for a moment of silence. Our district attorney is with us today. Nctv45, would you lead us in the pledge?
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing. We'll have a brief moment of silence. Thank you, everyone. Ryan, could you please call the roll?
Commissioner Sonato?
Here.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Here.
Commissioner Vogler?
Here. We do have a quorum. During the course of the meeting, we have two opportunities for public comment. One at the beginning of the meeting and then one prior to, or just before we adjourn. If you do wish to speak during public comment, we welcome your comments. You may speak both times. You can speak one of the two times. Or if you're just here to listen, that's also fine. We ask that your comments be related to county government matters, and if you could try to limit your time to about 5 minutes each segment, we'd appreciate that courtesy. Item 2 on the agenda would be row officer reports and comments, and as I noted, our district attorney is with us, and he has an agenda item for us to consider, but prior to that, we always do give our row officers an opportunity to speak if they so choose. Mr. Nctv45, do you have anything over and above what you have on the agenda for us?
No, sir, I do not.
Still glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I will note under public comment that at the moment, we have no members of the public in attendance. If that changes, we'll certainly give them an opportunity to make their comments if they wish. Under fiscal and contractual, we do have warrant registers, also known as check reconciliation registers, that have been presented to us, as they are most weeks, by the County Controller's Office. These ones are dated May 8, 13, and 18 of 2026. And I'll give Commissioner Kennedy and Sonata a little time to look them over. And once you gentlemen are ready, I could accept a motion for us to accept and file these documents.
I'll make a motion to accept the warrant documents.
And I'll second.
Thank you both, gentlemen. If there are no concerns, we'll ask Ryan to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Sonato?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. We've accepted the warrant registers. Also in our packet are the minutes of the May 12 County Commissioners meeting. Again, to my colleagues, please take whatever time you need to look them over. And whenever you're ready, I'd be happy to accept a motion for us to adopt the minutes.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, gentlemen. If there are no concerns, we'll ask Ryan to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Sonato?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Under written communications, we have two documents that have come in during the past week. The first comes from Brian Horn, a professional engineer, and he is writing on behalf of, he's with Gateway Engineers, excuse me. He's writing on behalf of the applicant, the Friends of the Bantam Jeep Association, giving us notice that the association intends to file with the Department of Environmental Protection application for GP7 permits. This is for a project that would involve a culvert replacement and restoration of disturbed areas along Kildew Road. And Kildew Road actually townships and 2 counties. Kildew Road is Slippery Rock Township of Lawrence County, as well as Muddy Creek Township of Butler County. And they're simply, as per state law, giving us notification that they do intend to file with the Department of Environmental protection. We have no jurisdiction over this other than the requirement that we be informed of it. This is our first letter. The second one comes to us from the Mohawk area school district, specifically the attendant, Dr. Lori Hauk, advising us that they intend to file with the Department of Environmental Protection's Bureau of Clean Water for a Chapter 102 permit. This is for a project that is limited to resurfacing existing grass infield of a track with a synthetic turf. The disturbed area will be limited to inside the track except for the construction of one new pipe in the asphalt adjacent to the track. And the surface waters that would be affected by this would be an unnamed tributary to Hickory Run. And the location is at the Mohawk High School property in North Beaver Township. These are the two documents we've received, gentlemen. Any questions on either or both of them? Would one of you wish to make a motion for us to accept them?
Make a motion to accept the documents.
And I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Kennedy? Excuse me.
Yes.
Commissioner Sonato?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you.
My apologies.
That's okay. We carried it with an extra vote.
You get tongue-tied.
That takes us down to commissioner reports and comments. And Mr. Kennedy, you're first today.
I just got a couple. Chris and I went to the New Bedford Memorial Day event. I had never been there before, but Chris said it wasn't as well attended because of the weather. But it was still nicely attended and nice event. And then later on Saturday night, we all three went to Stevens Masonary's 40th anniversary reception, and it was a nice, well-attended event. And, but you guys did it yesterday because I was out of town, and I appreciate it. That's all I got.
I thank you. Commissioner Sonata?
Yeah, I think this past week since our last meeting was very extensive, and I was just looking over the schedule, and all of us have stayed quite busy. And I look at what we did together on last Saturday, and I want to commend Jesse Putnam in our Veterans Office and all the other organizations for the 250 breakfast we all attended up at the Armory. I keep looking at that was since our last meeting, and I thought that was a good success to see the community come together on that event. And also last week, myself with Commissioner Kennedy, we went down to the Elwood City Chamber. There was a joint meeting between the Lawrence Chamber and the Elwood Chamber. It was nice to see cooperation between the two Chamber of Commerces. We had business people from both Elwood City area and Newcastle and this end of the county. So I thought that was a success. And that was my first time I was ever at the Kohler Brewing Company. And the good news there is they're going to be opening a facility right in the city of Newcastle within a few months. So that was really good news, and had a chance to talk to the owner of the Commissioner Kennedy. So I think that was another positive. And we also through this, we went to the Remax. Myself and Commissioner Vogler, we went to the Remax opening downtown in the Riverplex. And that's the second real estate office that's opened in downtown Newcastle. And, I think that's a real good positive for the city, but also for the county, because realtors know something that most people don't. When they see an opportunity out there, they take advantage of it. So within the last year, we've had 2 real estate offices open downtown Newcastle. So from talking to them, they seem enthused that I think there's going to be some transformations here within the county when it comes to that. As Commissioner Kennedy said, we went down to New Bedford on Saturday because the band wasn't able to make it, so they didn't have the parade. That is always one of the nice, and I always feel bad because it competes with Newcastle on the same day, so we have to split up. I know Commissioner Vogler represented us in the city, but I've been going out to New Bedford since 2003. And that's where I usually go every year, and there's always hundreds of people there. And it's a small community that comes together for a very solemn holiday. But they pay tribute, and just for historical purposes, Chairman Vogler is our historian. That was the 130th consecutive service in New Bedford. And to my knowledge, that's the longest in the state. A continuous service. Even during COVID, they actually had a service. 3 of the veterans went down and performed the service at the monument. So it is the longest serving in the state of Pennsylvania, just for that perspective. So good people out there, and it went well. On Sunday, myself, along with Chairman Vogler, we went out to Pulaski, where Dr. Grill has his annual Memorial Weekend service. And I've gone to that for many years, and another good event out there. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to go to Mahoneytown. I know there were multiple events that day, and I was originally from Mahoneytown, and I've been participating in that one probably 40 years. As being originally from there. And I want to shout out to Rose Corona and her committee down there, because you know what? It takes a lot of work, and they plan this every year, and they've kept the tradition alive down there. And great ceremony yesterday, Blue Code Band, and just a good, very good thing. So, it's a solemn holiday. I think a lot of people, it's not a happy holiday, because as we all know, Memorial Day is to respect those who made the ultimate sacrifice in the military for us. And I think Lawrence County did a great job, and you'll probably speak of it, Sharon, about Elwood City. Throughout the county, there was many, many events. And unfortunately, we couldn't hit them all, a lot of them at the same time, but I think all 3 of us spread ourselves out there. So that's pretty much what I have. It just was for the county, because there was just a lot of being positive things. So, Chairman.
Thank you both, gentlemen. And I guess I'll conclude. Mr. Sonata is correct. Yesterday morning, when he was in Mahoneytown, I went down to the borough of Elwood City. They had their annual Memorial Day parade, and then their Memorial Day service at the Veterans Triangle Park near Pittsburgh Circle. And always well attended and well organized. For the last number of years, the American Legion down there has sponsored an essay contest for 8th graders in the Elwood City area school district, as well as the Riverside School District in Beaver County. And 3 of the students read their essays, and they were extremely well written and well thought out. And cooperated finally for that ceremony. Actually, the one in Pulaski, the weather held out. It rained later in the day, but the one up in the village of Pulaski. And I'll conclude with, since you did mention the history of the county, it's probably not that well known, but New Bedford is one of our oldest settled areas in the county. It is an unincorporated village, part of the township of Pulaski, but back in I think the 1860s, for a brief period of time, maybe 5, 7, 8 years, it was actually an incorporated borough. So there was a borough of New Bedford at one time in Lawrence County, and then at some point they disincorporated and went back to being part of Pulaski Township. So a little New Bedford trivial history. You'll sleep better tonight knowing that. So thank you, gentlemen. We have some new business items to consider today. What number will our first one be?
96.
This is resolution 96. This is brought, whoops, I just did the wrong one. Bear with me just one moment, please. Here we go. Number 96. This is brought to us this morning by our district attorney, Josh Lamantusa. Sir, if you wouldn't mind coming up to the microphone, we appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. Today, which I believe is here you come before us. It's the an understanding, a memorandum with City of Newcastle for the Burn Justice Assistance Grant Program, and I'll let you enlighten us, please.
Yes, it is an annual award that goes to law enforcement. And for the last, well, I guess since I've been in office that I can remember, last 15, 16 years, the county really served as a pass-through for the grant. And it is the Justice Advisory Grant that is used for equipment for law enforcement personnel. And traditionally what has happened is the grant has been awarded to the county, and the county has given those funds to the City of Newcastle, and they've used them to assist in the purchasing of vehicles or any other necessary equipment. I have noticed over the last couple of years, I'd say probably the last 5 years, that the grant has been less than it was the previous year. The agreement that was reached between the county and the city to act as this pass-through was made at a time when the county did not really have law enforcement personnel like we have at present. So it's my intention of next year to apply for the grant on behalf of the county through the DA's office and to not pass the funds to the City of Newcastle. So we use them for our own needs from an equipment standpoint within the county. But for the purpose of this year's proposal, the amount that has been awarded, I would just ask that the county accept those monies and then pass them through to the City of Newcastle.
Thank you for that helpful explanation. And I'll turn it over to Commissioner Kennedy for any questions he might.
Not at all.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Sonata?
Now, this attorney was very thorough, and we appreciate your being here.
One only very minor concern I have, Mr. Lamancusa, was the signature page that we were given, I believe, by the city or your office. I think it came from the city.
It was from the city.
They misspelled my last name, so I don't know who has the original signature page. Do you have it?
Yes, I do, on my desk.
Okay, so if we could correct that misspelling,
Yes.
then I'll gladly sign it.
I have the correct one as well.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's correct. It's correct on here, Chairman.
All right, thank you so much. Well, if there are no other questions for Mr. Lamancusa, and again, as he noted, we've been doing this for a number of years. It's certainly very worthy. May I have a motion for Resolution 96?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. Any other concerns, Mr. Lamancusa? Anything else?
I'm sorry.
May I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Sonato?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you so much. Well, we appreciate your time and all your effort. We understand you have another commitment.
I do, and on behalf of the City of Newcastle, thank you very much, gentlemen, for the funds that I'm sure they will use in the person.
It's a pleasure, I'm sure.
Thank you, gentlemen.
You have a safe day, Mr. Lamancusa.
I will.
Thank you.
You have a good day, gentlemen.
Thank you. Our planning office, Amy McKinney, the director of the Planning and Community Development Office, has a couple of items for us to consider today. Actually, 3 if I'm counting correctly. The first one involves Resolution 97, and this is a process we go through just about every year. There have been a few years in the past where we've not been able to do this, but most years we are. This is the allocation of what I'll call remaining liquid fuel dollars from the county to our municipalities within the county. We get an allocation every year from the Commonwealth, as does every borough, township, in the City of Newcastle. They get their own allocation from the state. We get an allocation. The bulk of it is earmarked for the ongoing maintenance and repair, and in some instances, replacement of the 28 bridges that are owned and maintained by the county. And then whatever dollars are left over them, traditionally, we distribute them to the municipalities, those that apply for these dollars. So every year, Amy and her staff, both in writing and by way of an email, send correspondence out to all 26 municipalities, advising them that if they so choose to apply, they have to run it through one of their public meetings and then forward the resolution to us. And what we're able to distribute is oftentimes based upon how many municipalities apply. The more that apply, then when we divide that out, the less it goes to each of them. The fewer that apply, obviously, there's more to distribute to each one that does apply. Based on the documentation provided to us by the planning office, we had 20 of the 26 municipalities submit applications. And then I'm going to ask Amy to talk about a modification, I guess, that we're making based upon new circumstances that we're faced with. And if you wouldn't mind elaborating, but if you could, I'll turn it over to you. You set a deadline of April 30, and the 20 that applied did meet that deadline. Were there any late ones? Okay, that's good, because sometimes that's happened. Fortunately, it didn't happen this year. So if you'd be kind enough to tell us who applied, and then maybe explain this special circumstance that we have in front of us. Thank you.
So we actually had 21 municipalities apply. The 21.
Oh, I'm sorry, they weren't listed. Okay.
Well, they're not listed because they're
They're separate,
right,
so
they're
it was
separate.
21.
There's 21 that applied.
I stand corrected.
Yes, as you stated earlier, we sent all the documentation out to the 26 municipalities in early February. Wanted to give each of them enough time because we do require they take it to their public meeting and pass a resolution so that we know that all the elected officials, a majority of them are on board with asking for this request from the county. So we sent this out to them in February, giving them again the March timeframe and the April timeframe to take it to their public meeting. They also had to submit an application, an engineer's estimate, and a form that PennDOT requires for liquid fuels, which is the MS-339 form. In order for the application to be considered complete, all that information had to be uploaded onto a site that we have to accept applications, and they needed to be received by April 30th of this year. 21 of our 26 municipalities submitted. I worked closely with Dave Prestapine to figure out how much funding we had, the ability to allocate. We then sat down with the three commissioners, and Dave, myself, and Joe, and based off the amount we have, we were able to allocate the number here that we are recommending. We did have one request, Al Buer, Shenango Township Manager, he did attend the public meeting beginning of May, and did ask the commissioners to consider an additional allocation to them since they now are a larger municipality with the merger, the consolidation of South Newcastle Borough. Last year, since South Newcastle Borough was still a municipality, even though the township was assisting them and Al was the manager for them as well, they were able to submit 2 applications. Now that they officially are consolidated, Al did ask the commissioners to take that into consideration. He attended the public meeting, but he also submitted a letter, and I presented that to the commissioners and Joe when we sat down to discuss. So based off the resolution here in front of you, we have the 21 municipalities applied. 20 of them, we would like to allocate a total of $12,000 to them. And then with Shenango Township, we're recommending that the commissioners allocate Shenango Township $24,000 based off the merger with South Newcastle Borough. The resolution also states the commissioners will give the same consideration to any municipality that merges with another municipality for a period not to exceed 5 years. So the 20 municipalities receiving $12,000 would be the city of Newcastle, Bessemer Borough, Elport Borough, Elwood City Borough, Enum Valley Borough, New Beaver Borough, New Wilmington Borough, Wampum Borough, Hickory Township, Mahoning Township, Neshannock Township, North Beaver Township, Glen Grove Township, Pulaski Township, Slippery Rock Township, Taylor Township, Union Township, Washington Township, Wayne Township, and Wilmington Township. And then Shenango Township would receive $24,000. All of their projects meet the guidelines of liquid fuels too.
I appreciate your thoroughness and your explanation and background. I'll see if Commissioner Sanada has any questions or concerns.
No, I think, Amy, you explained it thoroughly. We have theoretically 21 municipalities, and I think fairest manner possible. And she had made a really good case there. And we want to offer that same proposal to any other municipality out there. So I think it's fine and it's a 5-year plan. So, all right, thanks, Amy.
Thank you. Mr. Kennedy?
No.
Well, this is Resolution 97 that's been presented to us and explained for us by Mrs. McKinney. May I have a motion for its adoption?
I'll make the motion to adopt.
And I'll second.
Thank you. If there are no other concerns, we'll take a roll call, please.
Commissioner Sonato?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you so much. Resolution 98, you've heard us talk about at a number of our public meetings, as well as at a number of public meetings of the Lawrence County Planning Commission, that the county, specifically our Planning and Community Development Office, is undertaking an update and revision of our county comprehensive plan. We're required to do this every 10 years. We've been awarded a grant from the Department of Community and Economic Development to update this plan. As we did 10 years ago, we'd like to put together a steering / advisory committee. And Mrs. McKinney and her staff have reached out to some folks to see if they would be willing to participate. What our guidelines were as a board of commissioners were that we wanted to make certain that there was diversity on this panel and that there was also geographic diversity, that there were people from all parts of the county, our urban areas, our suburban areas, and our rural areas. And so I'd like to turn it over to Amy to give us any more specific background and then maybe list the individuals who will be serving on this committee and maybe a little bit of their title or what position they hold, if you're able to do that.
Yeah,
So
the best of mine.
We'll try to help you as well.
Yeah, right. Like you said, you all three of you were very, firm that you wanted to make sure we had a good representation of people that live in the county, represent the county. Now, obviously, numbers 15 and 16 are the Southwest Pennsylvania Commission and the Northwest Commission. And that was a recommendation that I had asked the commissioners to consider based off, our work with both of those entities and our membership. Commissioner Sonato sits on the Northwest Board. I'm involved in their planners and their economic development agency. Commissioner Kennedy, he's with Southwest Pennsylvania Commission, along with Commissioner Sonato, myself, and Dan all sit on that board. But they have a great deal of knowledge when it comes to economic development, housing, recreation, and they're just a wealth of knowledge, and they'll be a good asset to this committee. The reason we left, there's no names that are attached though, is because there might be a steering committee where we're focusing on economic development. I'm gonna want Dr. Delaney down here from the Northwest. Transportation, I'm gonna want Lily from SPC at the meeting. But if Lily can't attend, she also has, Ryan Gordon that can help, or Dr. Delaney has Jill Foy if she's able to attend, So both agencies were very appreciative. They're very happy to be a part of this steering committee, and they also are very appreciative that we allow them to send alternates because of their schedule as well. But yeah, we're in the DCD, this is something they like us to do when we're developing the comprehensive plan. 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, we entered into an agreement with Strategic Solutions to be the consultant for the comprehensive plan. So we have a meeting set up next week. We're in June, right? Next week, yeah, we're in June already. So June 2nd, I had my first meeting with the consultant to get a time frame and next steps. So we will start, this committee up and running here sooner rather than later. I have asked the 16 names on here to participate. I have not heard back from one person. So that's why the resolution says has asked. I'm hoping I will follow up with that person here in the next week, just to see if that's something they would be willing to do. If not, then obviously I will come back to you and ask you to think of someone else. But The names in front of us do represent people, geographically, but also representing agencies that will, we work with very closely and that will help shape the comprehensive plan. Jenny is with our, she was a Neshannock Township resident, but she also is, is going to be, is she officially the director now? Yeah, she'll be taking over for Janet when she officially retires, and she's with tourism. Jennifer Elliott is the assistant to the CEO with Lawrence County Community Action Partnership, and she is a Hickory Township resident. Maxwell Frederick is with Fort Lawrence, and he is the Wilmington Township resident. Jim Gagliano, former county administrator, planning commission for North Beaver Township. Rachel Hansen is in the city of Newcastle, and she's with the Historical Society. She sits on their board. Kim Collar Jones is with the Hoyt and city resident.
Yes.
Ken Langford is Shenango Township. He is also on Shenango Township Planning Commission, I think, maybe zoning here in Gordon. But he is a he served on our steering committee last time for the comprehensive plan, and also with Shenango Township. He works very closely with a lot of their plan development. Brian McCandless with City Chamber of Commerce. Anita McKeever with Dawn, so she's representing, the disability side, but she's also a resident of Neshannock. Frank Moses, developer, owns, up in Union Township, but is a resident of Neshannock Township. Hygeia Moss Edelston, she's on our planning commission. She is, works with a local bank, and I'm not 100% sure on her.
I think she lives in the city.
I think she does too, in the city of Newcastle. Dave Richards is with the Transit Authority. Mitch Whiting is he lives in Pulaski Township, but he also sits on, he works for the Conservation District, but he's also very knowledgeable of the ag preservation world and, agriculture, and so we thought that was a good fit and something we would definitely need some insight on. Debbie Yeager, campground on Slippery Rock Township, also very, I'm assuming she lives in Slippery Rock Township, right? Yeah. Her and her husband both have agreed to kind of tag team it. If one can't be there, the other would be there. But them being a business owner in Slippery Rock Township, and they're also very active with recreation. And then, like I said, Southwest SPC and Northwest Commission. Southwest is where we deal with our PennDOT activities, and the Northwest is our DEP and our Economic Development Agency. So there's our number. I think I've got them all right.
Thank you. I think it's a great group of people, and we appreciate their willingness to lend their expertise to this undertaking. I'll turn it over to Commissioner Kennedy for any concerns or questions that we might have.
No, just a good group of people you put together, and I think that ought to be some good meetings going on.
Thank you. And Mr. Sonoy.
I'll just echo both of my colleagues' comments. I look up the name. I think you did a really good job with this, Amy. We've got diversity on this. We've got, as far as each of those municipalities in the county are represented, each one of these people also represent an agency or an organization within the county. I think that's so important. Rachel Hansen, that's a newer person, but I think she's very active in the city.
She is.
With cleanups and everything else. So I'm very happy to see her name on there, because we had an opportunity to, she came to one of our meetings up here, if I recall, and she's very active out there. And she's part of the Historical Society.
Yes.
So I'm just looking there, and the other names I've dealt with over the years, and they're all very qualified, good people. So I think we're going to get a good product out of this. Thank you.
Thank you. This is proposed resolution 98. Again, Amy, thank you very much, you and your staff, for pulling this together. May I have a motion for its approval?
I'll make that.
And I'll second the motion.
Thank you. If we have no other discussion, we'll ask for a roll call, please.
Commissioner Sonato?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Resolution 99, the planning office is also bringing this to us for our consideration. It is a budget amendment, whereas it appears that I'm reading this correctly, we're adding $32,000 under the Community Development Block Grant Program, and it was revenue that had
Yeah.
apparently not been anticipated when we developed a budget. I hope I'm stating that correctly.
Yes.
And then we are earmarking it for Children and Youth Services Transportation line item. But Amy, do you have more details?
Sure. Yeah, so this was a part of our CDBG fiscal year 2025 application. And it was not budgeted for because they were still working on the 2023 CYS transportation program. And they have basically zeroed that out and they are ready to move forward with the 2025 allocation. So what this is Lawrence County Community Action Partnership working with their ally ACTS. They do a door-to-door transportation service for minor children that are in the foster services, for mental, behavioral, and physical doctor's appointments. And so basically these are funds that we can use that kind of make room for CYS to use their dollars elsewhere. It's a public service. This is the second year that we've done it. We took a year off because we were using the funds from 23, and yeah, so they're ready to start spending it. About $32,000 this time. DCD only allows a certain amount of funding to go towards a public service, so we have to use a percentage of that. But so I'm assuming they'll probably use this by the end of the year. So.
Very good, and we thank you for bringing it to us for our consideration. Mr. Sanada, questions for Amy?
That's pretty straightforward.
Yep.
Thank you. Mr. Kennedy? Thank you. May I have a motion for Resolution 99, please?
I'll make a motion to accept resolution 99.
And I'll second.
Thank you, gentlemen. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Sanada?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Ryan. Is that all you have for us
That's
today?
all.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Have a good day.
Take care, Amy. Donald Andrews is with us again, which we're always happy to have you here, Donald, and you're going to discuss, looks like 7 proposed contracts. Gentlemen, would you have any objection to, we'll just take them one at a time. We'll certainly stop for questions that you might have, but by the same token, when we get through this, we could maybe do one motion to cover all 7 if you're both agreeable. So thank you for that, Dan and Chris. Donald, the first resolution is number 100. Before we jump into it, Donald, real quick, this one and the next one are both Cray Youth and Family Services. Are they 2 different programs?
Yes, the
Okay.
first one would be for foster care, the second one would be for in-home services.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. So that being said, and you know what? If I'd have read this a little more carefully, I would have seen that. So thank you for clarifying. So as Donald noted, proposed resolution 100 will be a contract with Cray Youth and Family Services, specifically foster care. I'll let you give us the details, please.
Sure. So this is a renewal for the 26-27 contract or fiscal year. There's no increase to our foster care rates, and they are a local provider for foster care. This current fiscal year, they've served 14 kids in their foster homes. I believe you guys may have been notified they will be closing their foster care program. We have to renew the contract though, as I believe they still have youth in care after July 1st. So it's relatively simple. It's just to cover the month of July.
Thank you for that information, and I'll ask Mr. Kennedy if he has any questions. Mr. Sanada? No. Thank you. That was resolution 100. Number 101, go right ahead, Donald.
Yes, this is for Cray Youth and Family as well. This is all their in-home services. They provide 9 in-home services between CYS and juvenile probation, 8 of which are CYS programs. 1 is a JPO program. They are fee for service. This is our second year doing this, and in doing that on the rate sheet, we did have them include the language of not to exceed so that we don't go over our Act 140 budget with what we have done.
Thank you. Chris, questions?
No.
Dan?
No.
Thank you. Number 102, MHY Family Services of Mars, Pennsylvania, Butler County.
Yes, so they provide 3 of our more intensive in-home services. They provide MST therapy, MST PSP therapy, and then MST psychiatric. There's no increase to their rates from 25-26, and this is just a standard renewal.
Thank you. Chris, any question?
No.
Dan?
No.
Thank you. Number 103, the Children's Advocacy Center of Lawrence County, based out in Union Township.
Yes, so this is a renewal for 26-27. They provide 3 of our in-home services. There is increases to their rates. It's nothing that we did not budget for. This again is a second year of moving to a fee-for-service program. We do have our overall budget. It's not noted on the rate sheet, but we are keeping track of it to make sure we don't go over.
Thank you. Mr. Kennedy, questions?
None at all.
Mr. Sonata?
No.
Thank you. Number 104, AmGuard Inc. of Pittsburgh, Allegheny County.
Yes, so this is for our armed security guard. They are asking for a 5% increase, which is what we accounted for. It's 4.89 technically. This is what we accounted for. This is what we planned for. It's to try and get our armed guard up to a rate that is comparable to similar positions throughout the state, the county. He's still below market value. His current salary would be $19.25 an hour, and we would pay him about $26.80 an hour.
Thank you. Questions, Mr. Sonata?
No.
Mr. Kennedy?
No.
Thank you. And number 105 is a contract agreement with Mr. Kevin Lorello.
Yes, this is for our conflict counsel. Kevin represents the agency on cases where our solicitor, John Blundervinga, has a conflict. There's no increase to his rate either.
Thank you. Chris, any questions? Dan?
No.
Thank you. And then the final proposal you have today is number 106. The Bear Foundation that's located in the borough of New Wilmington.
Yes, this is for foster care services. They are our largest foster care provider. This current fiscal year, they've served 26 kids. Last fiscal year, they served 41 roughly. Their rate increase is anywhere from 4 to 9%, depending on the program, but they are still well under their OCYF approved, and nothing that we have not budgeted for.
Mr. Kennedy, any questions?
None at all.
Thank you. Mr. Sonata? Donald, I think that concludes the proposals you have. This would then be resolutions 100 up through and including 106.
Yes.
Sometimes I lose track.
No, perfect.
Okay, which too often. So these are resolutions 100 up through and including 106. Could I ask one of my colleagues if they'd care to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept all of them.
And I'll second.
Thank you both, gentlemen. Final questions or concerns for Donald? Donald, do you have anything else over and above these?
I do not.
Will we see you next week, do you think? Okay, thanks for the warning. We've had a motion and a second. Could we please have a roll call?
Commissioner Sanada?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Donald, great to see you.
Tell them you'll see them between now and July 1st.
Now in July.
Thanks for us. Take care. We have resolution, which would be number 107. And this is to enter into an agreement with Pitney Bowes. This involves the postal machine, if I'm reading it correctly.
That's correct.
Joe, do you want to give us the background on this?
Yeah, we're coming to the end of our current lease agreement that we are under. We were approached by Pitney Bowes about looking at different avenues that we could save the county some money by doing some things slightly different and getting some different types of equipment in, such as one of the big topics, I believe, and Ryan, you can speak up whenever you want, but we have some cubes which basically weigh and so forth that some of our offices haven't been using efficiently, so it gives us kind of different avenues for scales and so forth to be able to put into play and to go into our next agreement with Pitney Bowes, which, like I said, was set to expire this year.
Thank you for that. And Brian, do you have anything to add?
One new thing that they have included is analytics software. So instead of the outer offices, the DJs doing their own, it would all come individually as one report. So then it would make budgeting a lot easier at the end of the year, knowing everybody's total use of mail.
It would not, that change, however, would not necessitate the outlying offices to have to come here for that purpose, right? They can still do it the way they've been doing as far as outgoing.
Yes,
Okay,
that is correct.
thank you.
Mhm.
Mr. Kennedy, do you have any questions?
None at all.
Mr. Sonata?
No.
May I have a motion for resolution 107?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, and Ryan, could you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Sanada?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes?
Motion carried.
Thank you. We have 3 budget transfer requests. I'll enter them into the record, and then once we're done and have any conversation about it, then we can move forward to approve them if you so desire. The Juvenile Probation Office is requesting a transfer of $1,700. It would come out of their office equipment line item, and it would go into their Staples line item, Staples being the company from whom they make purchases. The District Attorney's Office is requesting from within their budget a transfer of $7,385 coming out of their criminal investigation line item going into their prisoner travel expense line item. And under the Commissioners, the request is coming in for a transfer of $2,000 to come out of the Commissioner's contingency into materials and supplies. I'll ask Mr. Vanasco just a real quick question. Do you think, is that enough, do you think, to get us through the year?
Well, for the purchase that we had, there, we built some on top of it, so I think we should be able to get through the year.
Okay. And if we have to, we can always go
Yeah.
back and find money from another source to
Absolutely.
transfer.
We have it in the contingency.
Okay.
That's what it's there for.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Mr. Sonata, questions on these requests?
No.
Mr. Kennedy?
None at all.
If you gentlemen wouldn't mind, we could take one motion to cover all 3, and if so, would one of you wish to make that motion?
I'll make a motion to accept all 3.
And I'll second.
Thank you, and I'll ask Ryan to call the roll.
Commissioner Sanada?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes?
Motion carries.
Thank you. A couple of announcements. This Board of Commissioners will meet 1 week from today on Tuesday, June 2, 10 a.m. It's open to the public. The County Treasurer's Office has asked us to note that on June 3, which would be next Wednesday, the Treasurer's Office will be closed for training purposes. Their staff is going through some training that they need to focus on. Also on June 2, it's scheduled for 11 a.m., the 5-member retirement board, which consists of the 3 commissioners, the county controller, and the county treasurer, will be meeting. I believe the legal ad has gone out already. I thought I saw it, but I could be wrong.
I do believe so, yes.
Okay, maybe if we could just double check,
Yes,
just to
of
make
course.
sure. We do have time. Purpose of that meeting is there will actually be a hearing that has been requested by a retiree. The retiree has retained legal counsel, and an attorney has been hired to conduct that hearing. Accordingly, since it is a legal matter, it precludes us from making any comment over and above what I've just said. But it is an open meeting. It is open to the public. And then looking further out, on Friday, June 19, I believe that's a Friday. Thank you. The courthouse will be closed in observance of the Juneteenth federal holiday. that takes us to public comments, and we have a visitor today. If you wish to make a comment, we'll recognize you. If you're here just to listen, that's fine, but if you'd like to comment, if you could state your name for the record, we'll hear what you have to say.
I'm just here to listen today.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yep.
We appreciate you joining us. We had some other things that we covered, but get a copy of the agenda, you can see what we talked about.
Okay.
Thank you. And you were our only official visitor.
Yay.
We had some staff people, but
I'm the only
you're
visitor.
You're the public today, so thank you. Closing comments from my fellow commissioners. I'll start with Mr. Kennedy.
Not at all.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Sanada.
None.
Thank you. Anything from Ryan and/or Joe?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Well, we appreciate everybody's participation and assistance today, and we'll look forward to seeing you all a week from today. There being no other business to be brought before the board, may I have an adjournment motion?
Make a motion to adjourn.
And I'll second.
All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Joe, if you wouldn't mind turning off the.
Thank you.
Oh, since we're still on the air, for Nick Versilla from the New